Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another caster series in the TCL. This is the round 6 game between Alligator and Risotto. Today we're playing on New England for game number 1, map number 1 of the round 6. And we have the wonderful, beautiful and amazing Aztec UI in action for us today. Aligator will be spawning to the southwest of the map in the colour blue, playing as the Aztec civilization. His opponent Risotto playing in the northeast in the colour red as the Russians. Do you see Risotto looking topside? Cut across the pond here, trying to find the sheep, but he should be aware of all the treasures spawn on this little thin band along the top and the outer edge. And you can kind of follow that arc of treasure spawns around the map. So this is where you probably want to take your explorer on the, kind of the far side of the circle around the map instead of hugging close to the shore. Yes, you might find an extra sheep or two, but this is where those massive treasures do spawn. And Risotto going straight to the middle, find himself 75 food, pardon me. And I think this is actually a really nice play here from Risotto, coming to the middle of the map first, because in the middle of the map he gets to see what this middle map treasure is, 75 food. Come over here, you might see it's going to be a tomahawk, might think, actually I might not want it. Healer, I might not want it. But then it allows himself to backtrack along here, when afterwards he can go for the bear cub safely. 30 coin. Well, he hasn't really got made treasures, has he? Even 25 XP, 25 coin for the Russians, late age 1 is not really what you want. Double coin treasures. Oh, this has got Dutch map written all over it. 30 coin, 50 coin, 25 coin, 30 coin. If Risotto opened up a market here, he could even get hunting dogs and then buy another batch of wood in transition. It'd be quite strong from him if that was his plan. Meanwhile, let's look at Aligator using his Ascension ability to help his War Chief in Age 1 combat. We do have the Eagle Scout here helping out. He's going to pick up 80 coin as well. I think I saw him pick up an XP treasure in base as well. His 3 villagers hit in the field before 2 minutes has even happened. That's actually a really fast time there for the Aztec player. And Max, his shipment's only a quarter of the way through, so that wood trickle will take some time to push over. Ah, yes, you are absolutely right. I will move that down a little bit. I was just trying to guess from the main menu like where that would be, and I got that one a little bit wrong. But who cares? We don't want to see P2 score. There's some guy called Risotto. It sounds like a shitter. Definitely not the level we expect in the TCL, the Trash Can League, that is. So I've played Alligator. I was playing as the Dutch, and he was playing as the Aztecs on this map in particular. And from Alligator's point of view, he tried to go for a mid-map congestion, take the trading line, try and set up shop, and then maybe push on for a later game. Alligator's saying a lovely deck here from the Russian player. We'll get into that very soon if we do see it. So there's the 14 vil coming down. I'm going to go for an idless 14 vil. So that's actually worked out really well using the sheep as well. Got the 75 food treasure. I saw another food treasure over here being taken. So it's not bad opening here for the Russians. And Home City Water Flag, yeah, no intention going water just yet, but let's have a look at Russian player's deck. Eternal Major, a full water deck as well, and improved buildings. Oh, this could be a long game. This would be quite good to see. So, what do we see here? Wood Trickle first card does have the core shipments of 5 Cossack, 13 Strail, wood, coin, boyars, so you can still go land if you choose it to. But I do see a wall nice and early coming down. And I think Max may want to try and go water, but the water spawn here today hasn't been favoured to him. 2 whales apiece each side, but 3 pods of fish, maybe 4 pods of fish versus 6. So that's kind of the last pod of fish of Max's, which should be his control. But the rest of the fish really deep into Alligator's territory. Nice spawn here. A couple of villagers forward here from Alligator, looking to drop down the forward war hut, aging up fast with the messenger age up here. Sending 700 wood card number 1. His explorer's nearly by, working. Going to get another treasure converter as well. Not converted, pick up the black bear cub. Basically a treasure conversion, but it's a pet. Nearly has enough wood for the war hut. Has a great macro on the food actually. 3 vils left over here just to try and see the remaining amount of food to get a vil. A little bit IOTC, but it's only a little bit. It's absolutely fine. And there's the next vil coming in behind. Should be trained very soon. The war hut is down. And yeah, this looks like that Max is going to try and go for a bit of a longer game, play it nice and defensive, go for the dock, try and go for the water, maybe take the island control here of the coin mine as well, a bit of extra space. There's a villager treasure up for grabs as well. I'm sure Alligator will accept that and go, okay, if you're going to do that, I'm going to try and take mid-map, go for trading post control, stagecoach, play off that eco as well. The army here from Alligator is just walking past the pond, going straight into the Russian player's base. I don't really know what he's trying to scout for. I'm sure he'd be aware that, dropping double layer of wars, there's a dock. I'm sure he's expecting a dock any moment. And, running into town centre may just risk Explorer getting picked off here. And especially after that wood has been shipped, I'm fully expecting Alligator here to try and take some more control on the trading line. 3 warrior priests going behind, and there's the first trading post being thrown down. Risotto's Explorer moving the other way. And let's have a look at Alligator's deck. He's got a water deck himself. He does have water ceremony, fish market, and the offshore support. The water ceremony here is the biggest card. It's such a strong card. Boosts your canoes in combat, your Tawak canoes specifically. It's very, very strong. And it's a great civ to counter water in that sense. Well, maybe not until when all the buildings appear, but before then, absolutely great. A couple of people spearmen working away on this wall. Should be able to get through and run through here quite easily. So it's not the greatest wall going down, and a wall on the top side as well. This is nice. This is nice, but it feels like you have to really rely on the water because you're setting yourself out of these 2 hunts. You've only got the 1 hunt remaining in base, 1 hunt down to the south, the berries. Not a lot going for. You do have lots of trees though to defend and gather from. 2 coin mines as well, and it's the problem is the dock boom. I would have liked to see this dock on the other side. Also, you can't really predict where the fish will spawn, but the dock line of sight here would certainly help your kind of map control in that sense. Get to see the water a bit better. As soon as you get in your fishing boats, you're putting pressure on the Aztec players, water eco and the water military. Get to scout around a bit more, and just minimises walking time of the fishing boats from this side of the map to the other. Gentle Pete the Pet Bear, getting some valuable scouting information. Let's see what Alligator's seen. He's seen, let's see, the blockhouse, a couple musks, not much behind this, but sending 600 wood behind this, having 2 train posts working his way this way, stagecoach being researched as well. Just a second war hut soon to come up behind this, and then there's going to be strong production here from the Aztec player. Looks like he's dancing for experience behind this instead of dancing for warrior priests, and dropping the community plaza in the berry bushes is probably not the most ideal place to put it. I'm sure he was regretting it, but maybe thinking just trying to get that APM down in the early part of the game was a little bit more important. It's not much of a big... You can easily move it by just deleting, building another one. It doesn't take too much time, and you won't lose too much by moving at a later point if you need to. Now going for that warrior priest dance. Would like to see just a couple of villagers onto this as well, just to kind of expedite that production of warrior priests. The faster you can get your first 2 or 3 warrior priests, and they work even faster, they get earlier, and your next batches of warrior priests will come in even quicker. Wood line on the trading post, most of the villagers onto the hunt. He does have his hunting dogs, of course, absolutely great in that sense. A couple on Thompson slingers. I think it would be hard to try and get a water presence here with native canoes. I don't have the range to do with buildings like this blockhouse, so there's no real advantage here to go for a canoe. But if, let's say, Max went for like a really early bastion wall, had another layer wall here, it's a very nice way to get some units into the base just by that quick transport. Good evening, Jenna. Welcome to the TCL casting. Alligator Risotto here. Alligator's taking a nice score leader here over Max. The water eco from himself is coming along. It's not going too strong at the moment. Fishing boats here, no upgrades. He's got 10 of them. Does have gang sort helping the economy, and double fishing boats being produced there. He's up to now 12 fishing boats behind this. Decent amount of those behind as well. 26 to 5 Cossacks. Ideally, I'm looking for some Strelets. I see his musks, but I don't really know what the musks are doing here. They can't really take on the Entente slingers. So they can also do well versus pumas and coyotes, but you know that Alligator really needs to have some slingers just to contest with that Russian infantry border you're going to have. So would make sense to go into Strelets. Also, when you do have Strelets as well, wood-based unit, you do have a wood-based eco with your fishing boats as well. So most of your villages will be on the wood line, so it's kind of easier to encompass in your macro. I suppose you're kind of using the coin income here from the whales to supplement your military, but maybe something like Australian Cossack could help instead. Gill nets coming in, very nice. 14 fishing boats. I would like to see it a little bit earlier. And honestly, as soon as this comes in, get that long lines. Such a huge tech. And when you've already got 15 fishing boats, it's just so great. Yeah, you're so close to affording it as well. You know you want it. You know you want it, Max. And he's just going for another batch of fishing boats. Declining that 30% upgrade. Huge, that is. Cossacks trying to raid, they'll see the villagers, they think they hit the jackpot, but Puma Spearmen are nearby to defend. Thompson Singers will chase down as well, get a few pot shots, so one Cossack will go down, maybe a second. Okay, Cossacks do get out of the way. Another shipment in for Max. Does have line of sight on this pond, can drop in 2 caravels if he wants to. Actually, go for the rendering plant behind this, absolutely fine as a shipment. That'll do very well. 35% eco on the fishing boats. And you can see now Max is starting to go to the southern side of the sea, occupying the whales, trying to maximize his coin income before harvesting all the fish. And the coin on the map is infinite on the whales, but the fish is only finite, so trying to kind of maximize the whole economic yield there from the sea. So that's what Max is up to, just training along, more fishing boats, more villagers, not really making too many military units behind this. Let's have a look at Aligator to see what he's up to. He's now aging up to the 3rd age behind this. Warrior Priest dance is ticking along very nicely. 9 Warrior Priests, and he gets his 10th. He's aged up slow with the Elder Statesman. Not actually quite certain what the Elder provides. So I know that the Chief is the War Hut, so it'll be the 2 Noble Huts and HP. Messengers fast. I don't often see the Elders. Could be Skull Knights? We'll have to see. I'm very curious to see. I don't actually know my off-meta Aztec politicians. That's well. 2nd War Hut coming down here. Getting that production. Aligator is actually floating a lot of resources here. Maybe thinking of going to the 4th age. He does have that Infinite Mace Sultan card, which is very nice to see. He does have 2 Talot canoes to help contest the water on the side. Even just a dock and a couple regular fish canoes just to be annoying and get that presence going will do quite well in that sense. Just seen that the chat box there is occupying the ASUI. So I'm going to move this over here. If you guys want to chat, you get to see it pop up on the screen. Economic population at the moment still looking in favour of Russia. Yeah, 58 vills now. It's really starting to take off. 35 land vills, 24 fishing boats. The 24 fishing boats I think is where the eco is starting to really help the Russian player. The 4 trading posts and the 10 warrior priests don't really count into that eco population for Aztecs, but I'm sure Aztec here with the Fortress Age will need to make good use of that momentum. Do you see a caravel being trained here from this dock? Bit curious. I think maybe if the caravel's here, it has a nice range on this train post. So it definitely has range on this train post, so that actually makes nice sense. Just try to keep away from the war hut as possible. And yeah, the slow age here from Aligator nearly in. Let's find out what it's going to be. Water dance completed as well. Oh, it is going to be the huts, yeah. So maybe the chief is actually the aggressive one. But yeah, dropping Noble's hut here. This Noble hut can be pushed along a bit more. But yes, he will. But he will probably run into that caravel, which he can't really predict. That's quite awkward for himself. Does he have line of sight? He does actually see the dock, so maybe we'll drop it a little bit further back. But let's see if that gets built in by the time before that caravel gets produced. He may have actually cancelled it and go for it again. Yeah, he never trains it. Or he's trained down to the southern side, yeah. Talot canoes out here from Aligator. That was the big button from the dock. And he's got the water dance on, possibly. Yes. No, not yet. He can have it. He does have it available to call if he wants to. Should probably get that going straight away as fast as possible. There's the caravel. He will see the naval fight and take it on with his buffed Talot canoes. Another blockhouse coming down on the islands. Meanwhile, pushing in with infantry units, on-time slingers, backed up by coastal runners. Not upgraded just yet. Water dance in now behind this. Look at the attack on these guys. 267 attack for the siege. There's the blockhouse gone down, and that blockhouse is going to come down very, very quickly. Big fight though. Colonial Musketeers blocking very well ahead of the Puma Spearmen, but it's the on-time slingers behind going to do a good job. The pond is secured with the Nobles' huts, and now come the Eagle Runner Knights. Yeah, there's the caravel coming down, but that's just going to get shot down very quickly by everything here, actually. Back onto the water, Talot canoes. asserting their dominance on the water, working away on the dock. Risotto here, what can go from behind? A frigate. He needs to train a caravel from this dock as well. A single frigate probably won't be enough versus boosted Talot canoes. 1.3 KHP as well. Eagle Run Knights on top of the muskets as well. That front line has gone down. Lost the caravel in the pond. And his eco on the water is under threat behind this. There's the frigate coming out. We do have 5 in the dock as well. But just a couple of Talot canoes here just smashing into this frigate. Just you see a couple arrows thinking, oh, they're inconspicuous, not going to do too much. And bam, the frigate's just gone. It's just gone. It's been deleted. Vet Musks on top of the Slingers and Eagle Run Knights, but this Eagle Run Knights is so strong in terms of unit, really putting some good pressure. Good trades here from Aztec, exploring nearby to buff the views. And Risotto asking, why are those ships so strong? Welcome to Aztec Water there, Max. That's a lesson everyone's learned back in the School of RE a long time ago. Aztec, the premier civilization for countering water with their very strong Talot canoes, and I have to say, well played there to Aligator for knowing that bit of game knowledge of the Talot canoes, the big buttons, the timing, the water dance combination, and I feel if he wants to improve that game a little bit more, could time it with a couple lower tier canoes just to run around, put pressure on the fishing boats, let the Talot canoes do the big damage dealing. Don't have them wasting time on fishing boats, but let those little boats, the canoes, do the damage. Loving the specifically this noble hut on the ponds, just locking down, is protecting both these 2 trading posts as well. Nearly got that picked off there from the caravel from Risotto, but otherwise, this would have come up and then just pushing on 2 fronts at once. The Eagles and Ententons pushing the front side, and then the naval pushing the side at the southern. Yeah, fishing boats have 200 HP, but these guys do siege versus these fishing boats. That's a one-hit kill, all day, every day. That's so strong. Also having the 2 Talot canoes to send in behind as well. So yeah, let's give old Aligator there his justified 1 point there. And I'm kind of looking to see the eco, because that eco timeline there from the Russian player was taken off. And yeah, at the end, the economy much greater for the Russian player, but so the Aligator here, hitting that timing, doing really well, smashing in. And the villager discrepancy will be huge here. You won't actually see the trading posts in the villager population, but once Aligator ages up, he's kind of not too bothered about villagers. He's going to train a couple afterwards, and ideally still keep training, but it's just the military who's spamming those resources into. Risotto getting up to about a massive 66 population at the maximum, but Eagle Run Knights way too strong, very strong versus Musketeer units in particular as well. Range resist, not in their melee zone, high rate of fire, and because they attack at a high rate of fire, that there's very minimal overkill of these units. They kind of, as soon as they pop one musketeer down, they're on to the next one, and they're very efficient units. Yeah, so well played this Aligator. We'll move on to the next game. Right, TCL. Yeah, you got to give him to him. He's done practice. He has played that match, the civ on that map a few times. Maybe once I said that actually a tournament map, he may have kind of refined his water play a little bit just to kind of compensate. Oh, Max is tired today. Oh, didn't. Right, game 3 is going to be on Dakota. On game 2, shall I say? Pardon me. And let's get the game options. Drag that across in this. Okay, so fast. Alligator's PC. Alligator sent me the games because he's player A in this matchup. This is Alligator's home map. He's picked it before this series started. We are on Dakota. Aligator won the first game as well, so he has to pick his civilization first. And he's gone for the British civilization on Dakota, which I'm not going to say it's the greatest British map, but I suppose that if you've probably judged what the other map from Risotto is going to be, I don't know it just yet, but the players do know what that second map is. He's probably thinking this is probably my prime time to get the British pick out on the field and get it done now. And yeah, incredibly strong civ in the meta at the moment. Was always almost tempted to drop a ban, but I'll probably be accused of being biased in that sense. So yes, Aligator playing the Brits in the southeast of the map in the colour blue. Max is going to play as the Indian civilization on the northwest of the map in the colour red. Early trading post here. That's not a play I would go for the Indians. I'm very inexperienced as an Indian player, but I would not expect to go for an early trading post. I think in this matchup here, what you don't want to happen is the British player going Virginia Company, him booming, you saying, okay, if you're going to boom, I'm going to sit back, do my own boom behind. I feel that the British player will get to that high kind of economy much faster than what an Indian player does. So maybe a faster age up, aggro mid-map, try and secure this beautiful position here. You got the gold mine, you got the elk in the middle, and maybe allowing you to go for the stagecoach line in age 2. But more importantly, just try and hit that time in, or just try and get that pressure, forcing the Brit players to continuously respond with military and not neglect it. Individual elephant here, taking down a nice 80 food treasure. No, he doesn't. He's gonna sniff at it, walk away, and come back at it again. Yeah, don't forget that. That's a huge treasure. Bit of our time from the town centre. Another village to come in behind this. And you see, he's actually struggling for. He's really struggling for his villager economy. I think the classic age up time here for India these days is 14 villagers. With the trading post start, it's going to be about maybe 15 vil, a little bit delayed. So he needs to still chop out a good another 200 wood to get there. Distribution will soon be in, but it's not in quite fast enough to actually help that. But lots of these nice food treasures on the map from Risotto helping his game somewhat in this age 1. I mean, and that's the thing with India is, they have two scouts. They can heal each other up, so as long as they're alive, they're still kicking, they're doing well. And they can get some good scouting information top side and bottom. I'm expecting this treasure to be picked up at a later point. 80 XP, 2 wolves, that's great treasure there for India. India having slightly slower shipments due to the bonus that they get villagers from every shipment as well. And the treasures have gone so well for Max. If I look at his thing, I don't think he's spamming too many. He doesn't like to spam too many villager commands. 40 food, 90. No, that's again. I'm looking for Risotto. 80 food. Maybe another 80 food as well. No, it's not. I don't know. It's a lot. He's basically got 160, 170 in terms of the food population, maybe in food treasures. So it's certainly done well. 1 vil forward for the aggro, and I think he's lucky actually that this is not being blocked by Aligator. You gotta bring 2 vils in a tournament map. I mean, maybe in quick search you can kind of get away with 1, but if the explorer just stands here in his spot here and just blocks it, you have to walk back over here. The explorer could just follow with it. Sometimes the clicking aggro is a bit buggy. And it's just a bit of a risk. When we bring a second one, you can age it faster. It's just more secure though. You don't have that embarrassing moment in the middle of the map. I've seen quite a few games, high level games, resign at 4 minutes because they couldn't even get the aggro down, like aging a minute late, and they're just like, what can I do? Blocking my aggro, just absolutely game ending at the moment. And it's normally it's not a big fuss, but when you got this is blocked, can't put it here, can't put it there, can't put it there. This is like prime estate. It's probably the only place you can put it there. Could try and rotate it, I guess. Can you rotate an aggro fort? I've never actually seen a rotated aggro fort, so probably not. But I don't actually know that one. That'd be interesting to see. So, versus the British player, he does have the Royal Green Jackets in his deck. Probably one of the few matchups where you would like to have this card in your deck. Even then, I still think having sending 8 Gurkhas instead would be a. Obviously, it depends on what time in the game, but it's just a shame that your counter infantry rifling is an actual card you have to send. It just feels so just so slow in the tempo in that situation that you want like a big power spike from a shipment, but the other civ can just research it from the arsenal for quite cheap as well. So quite annoying in that front, but it's okay. One elephant here taking a little bit of nap, but once he gets aged up, that should be fine. I'd like to kind of see. Doesn't actually need to take his treasure just yet. He tries his best to kind of get the splash damage, but he wants to try and get the other explorer up and heal each other as well, because these 6 elephants are incredibly important for your first push versus Brits in the second age. First shipment coming in is 700 wood, so you can kind of see the idea from Max already. He's already got 1 trading post. He's going to take 3 remaining, so that's 600 wood. Stagecoach there is going to be easy, 200 wood, 200 food. Quite affordable. Take mid-map, force the British player in your base, and be home in time for tea and medals. That's the plan here from Max. But let's see how Alligator will try and respond. His deck, standard play, no VC, 3 700 wood into 5 behind this. Train Musketeers. But I'm going to get 10 Musketeers out, nice defensively. Doesn't feel like he wants to push out to try and defend the TP being contested. I think if he sees a couple trying to be built, he might try and walk his units up to here, have a little bit of a look onto his trading post site. He definitely needs to protect this one, and maybe a manor house over here, just for line of sight. For any backdoor raids, be very, very, very nice there from the Brit player. Brits, it's just a 1 civ. They can just have this beautiful ability that they're encouraged to build manor houses, and with manor houses you get line of sight as well. You just see all this line of sight he's got. This entire southern side is basically impassable. You need to take a very tight line to get past without being seen, but just another manor house here, an age up, can't go through it. Gurkha's been trained here by Max. He's going for... Will he go for another Gurkha batch here? He's got export coming in behind this. So the consulate is being dropped behind. I assume at this moment in time, you're probably going to go for the Indian consulate, go for the 4 villas first. Not necessarily trying to rush the 3 hussars out, but do have the remaining export to go 3 hussars. So you can call Minutemen at the Agra fort just in case you're being pushed. Another 45 XP. Alligator trying his best to see what is up. Doesn't actually quite get too much information. Doesn't see the Gurkhas being trained. Might have saw a couple, but I don't think he knows the size of Indian's force, or should I say the lack of Indian's force. And yes, Alligator does see the second training post going up, so he's going to move up to the northern side, trying to protect his own training post, prevents the stagecoach. Max on a 2 TP stagecoach here. Does he realise that it's going to upgrade the entire route? I think he should know it. That's common knowledge on this map. But obviously the wood trickle coming in here, the TP will provide a wood income if he changes it to the wood from the experience points, and that should help him tick along. But actually, India, because they have like that civ penalty for the XP, they actually might want to keep a couple of the stagecoach TPs onto experience points. And yeah, I think players forget that a stagecoach TP provides more XP than a base level TP, so you don't feel that you have to turn on to resources, although you may get more stuff as a result of it. The tempo you can get by getting those extra shipments moving forward, obviously for India that's an extra couple of villas as well. It just does help in that situation. Big batch of sepoys coming in, and I think Alligator's got to be careful, but he knows he can't really make mass longbows versus sepoys. High HP units here. Longbows do well versus Gurkhas, but they don't have the multipliers to do with the sepoys that well. And just a couple of sours will just crush longbows as well. See that next train post being taken. Alligator positioned himself perfectly on that thing. We do see a backdoor raid of just 1 Tomahawk. I don't think a Vill went down there really. Let's press the alt key. Yeah, 1 villager, low HP. Hasn't got his grey coats just yet, but I'm sure he will very, very soon. He knows I'm watching. He knows I'm judging. Okay, a lot of spare wood. Let's get those manor houses down. I think in this situation as Brit, I think manor houses is still better. Could go Cree settlement into 5 CDB and get the 5% HP on all your units. That's a very incredible tech, very cheap as well. 100 food, 100 coin, 5% HP. Certainly never forget that in a game. If you go into the Fortress Age, on Hussars as well, just adds so much value. Risotto here now, sending in the 5 sepoys, train more sepoys. Has he got more production here? It's just on it's just on aggro production. No racks, all stable behind this. This is the time I usually would drop a stable behind. So they have 1 racks, one aggro, 1 stable production. 5 sepoys at this moment in time. I suppose that's absolutely fine, because all you're seeing is heavy infantry here from the other player. 4 sours wouldn't make sense, but I bet he's wishing he sent 700 coin now. Looking at this macro that Max has got. A couple of hussars topside as well. Going to put pressure on the Gurkhas, forcing the sepoys into melee mode. And I think Alligator may want to go for a second batch of Oh, he has got a second batch. This is go time here for Alligator. Big batch of hussars, maybe Minutemen being dragged into the equation as well. More Musk Huss batch in queue. This is such an easy macro to go here for the Brit player. It's going to move in, forcing the sepoys forward, but the Musk's going to push forward. Zed move this, and whatever they shoot is a great result. Gurkha's just being trampled on by the hussars. Agra fort does damage, but not as much as you'd really hope in situations, especially versus cavalry. It doesn't have any multipliers. Cav has range resist, and yeah, the cavalry's on top of the Gurkhas. Can't really protect your Gurkhas at the moment. Sepoy's trying to stand. There's the Ottoman Minutemen. That Minutemen means that Max can't afford his Ottoman Hussars. He's down 3 Consulate Hussars at the moment due to having the Minutemen as well. that 5 Sepoy 5 shipment. Could you just abandon this situation aged up? Possibly. This has been a great push out here from Aligator. Although I don't think he will have enough to take down the Agra fort. Yet's been trained still behind. Surely Alligator's had enough of an exchange there that he can age up behind, or when he does remass again on his 49 Vil eco, it's pretty strong. Very, very strong in this situation. He should be fine. Yeah, combat summons is a good shout there. Remember, you have the Berber camels if you're playing as the House of Ethiopians. Cavalry speed plus 5%, so strong. Cav HP as well, 10%. That's basically the same price as Cav Cuirass, but you can get it in the second age for a bit of food and coin instead of all coin there. So even just as if you're thinking, all right, I wish I had an arsenal to take my cavalry HP. You see Comanche, this is basically your arsenal. 200 was for the Comanche settlement is the same price as a arsenal. I think it's the 200, maybe 250 actually. 10% there, working really, really well, and a little bit of a reduction on unit upgrades in general, which actually does pay off pretty quickly. You do need to tech a bit more to actually get the full value, but it's not bad to have it as well. Yeah, Arsenal's 250 wood. I thought it was a bit more than 200, so yes, it's even better than the European Arsenal. Train post is going down. Alligator's taking one of Risotto's, so it's kind of mid-map stagecoach play, starting to kind of now bite Max in the backside. A Sepoy Gurkha defense. There's no real upgrades in the second age. He does have the Brit Consulate now working, Brit Musketeers, and 5 Sepoys being trained. Alligator backing off, but he's only got enough units here. Is this an opportunity for him to age up behind? Going Cav HP now behind this. No intention just yet. And do you know what could be silly? This could be Artillery Foundry Grenadier territory. Just as a matchup, like, you got mass Sepoys here, mass Gurkha, a couple buildings. You got enough Musketeers and Hussars to kind of dissuade any sour aggression here. Gren's 200 HP, range resist, quick firing animation. I think people forget their firing animation was changed. It was buffed. They're not terrible units, and especially with the double cards behind this and the splash damage that it entails. It could do very well versus mass infantry civilizations like, well, Britain, like India, like Russia. I think there's options to see us moving forward. Hussar raid from Aligator. I would not recommend using all your Hussars here to raid Indian villagers. This is risky. It's going to pay off here. Looks like to get 4 Vils. And hopefully you can back away as fast as the wind blows. In and out. Do not go in any further. Yeah, he's going to back out. No, he's going to go in. Oh, don't go in. This is not what I want you to do. Oh, no. Well, luckily Max is aging. What you don't want to do is get caught by Sour's snaring, faster speed, and then you have like Zams everywhere swarming you, getting all his kills. At 13 Hussars costs more than a Fortress age up. You cannot afford to lose 13 Hussars. And 4 Vils, you lost it. Okay, not the biggest deal. Over time, it will start to hurt, but it takes a long time for that to really hurt the Indian player. You just can't lose your military there and then. So yeah, aging up, just the Indian player into the Fortress age. Needs to build barracks to get his technologies, so it looks like he's teching into veteran units. It's going to be the veteran Sepoys first. Yeah, Disciplined Sepoy, first card here. He's got the Royal Veteran Redcoats here from the British Consulate, ready to go. He's sending in 9 Sepoys as card number 1. It is a strong card. It is a very strong card. I just feel that just for that kind of the impetus and the force in the fight, the Urumi is the better answer here. But yeah, 5 Gurkhas coming out. There's the Disciplined Sepoys. There's pushing in. I don't know what Aligator's doing here. He needs to back. He needs to wait for the age up to come in, tech the Musketeers, tech the Hussars, I guess, send the Falconets. Even if they get countered by the Siege Elephants here from India, you just traded shipments. It's not too bad for you. It's probably better for India still. But what you don't want to have is pushing out and then Urumi coming out and thinking, oh, I wish I had those Falconets on the field to kind of one-shot those pseudo skirmisher units in hand. Whatever happens, they just do still get wrecked by Falconets, and this is a bit of an awkward herding problem here for Aligator. It's a couple hunts though, not too bad. Might want to push over to here instead. Does have loads of hunts down to the side from the side, lots of line of sight as well. War's coming here from Risotto. I love how both players are vying for map control down here. Risotto's got a good line of sight where everything's going on. He's on brick consulate, so don't get that line of sight bonus from the Ottoman consulate here. Alligator hyper aware that his front is exposed. He's pulling his villagers back. Does have his great coats and move over to this hunt over here. Yeah, another, his own trading post over here to counteract this is doing pretty well. There's the Falcon that's coming in here. Vet, Musk, Vet, Hussars. The Hussars are single carded. Oh, don't fight, we do it. Just wait. It's close. It's baiting Max into the actual taking the fights. Yeah, but even still, anytime you lose, and there's the Vet Huss and Vet Musk's coming in. Okay, now it's fine. But the Falconets, though, not in the field. This is like the moment in time you want. Oh no, they got the wrong side. Oh no. The Musketeers blocking the outpost. What a critical mistake. I don't blame him though. You can't really predict that you'd expect me to spawn here, and that would be almost such a great position. But unfortunately, just offering the Falconets to the Mahouts right there and then. Hussars in the back line though, the Seaboy count has gone down. So even that, the Musketeers still putting in a big shift. Reverse snare here from Alligator. The back line of the Gurk has been taken down. That Mahout's gone down very, very quickly here. And the Britain doing what Britain does best. Musk Huss spam. Easy macro, easy in production. Oh, just ripping through. And oh no, here comes the Mantabdar Seapoy. But all his Seapoy comrades have gone down. Loving the golden jacket and the feather. They're looking very, very fancy. But so does these grey-headed men cutting down the Gurkhas. Alligator, 5 Hussars, training batch of Hussars here. Double punch, producing more Musketeers, and just feeling for a bit weary here for Risotto. Going for the Mahout shipment here. Now he just trained them from the stable? Does he have a stable? Maybe I'm just thinking it was just one elephant and then the 2 explorers. Maybe I was getting confused. But yeah, now having the Yurumis, this is the shipment to have, especially this pop. But unfortunately, that previous army have already gone down. And yeah, look at that. Great pop on the Yurumis. A lot of units here will get cut down. But all the Hussars here are ready to body block. And that should clean this mega power spike shipment up. Reinforcement units from the top side. Gurkhas and Redcoats. But not enough here to really deal with all these veteran Hussars. Single card, remember. But yeah, really strong in that situation. The GG's been called. Max saying that's a good raid, and knowing that he has little chance to have Zams on the board. I love to think that Alligator's thinking of that high level play. I think moving in that deep with all your cavalry is fine. Crossing that TP line into your territory, it's going to be very, very risky. I'm glad he didn't push any further. So he went in, got the strike, came back to safety. But yeah, people complain that I play Dutch all the time, but Brit players make me sick. That's just such a strong civ, such an easy civ. And even then, I thought it was lights out there for a Brit player. Poor positioning on the Falconets. Veteran tech units here from India with consulate bonus as well. Timing it with a shipment as well. Beautiful push in. Scaling eco. 3 train posts down to 1. I'm sure these villas have their imperial bureaucracy as well. I'm expecting that they do. View map. I don't think I can check, but I can certainly work it out if I really wanted to work it out. Hello. 0.6. 5 from civil servants. 15 from imperial bureaucracy. Is going to take them up to, well, it's only 10%, so it's just, well, it's 10%, no, it's 20%, so imperial bureaucracy, civil servants, and first tier coin, that's 20% there, so he does have, yeah, he does have 20% on his ridges, so he does have that. Yeah, the eco here from both players should be pretty close, as in like the rate of income. More resources here for the British player, that shouldn't be too much of a surprise, but the actual rate of income here should be pretty close. Yeah, look at that. It's somewhat neck and neck. Brit player's still slightly edging it a tiny bit, but it's not as divergent as it was a bit earlier towards. So Max getting his 4 villas working, more villas coming out the train line helping as well. And yeah, the text trickling in. But that final fight, populations were relatively equal. I thought that fight was absolutely fine, but the Mahout is a kind of iron flail type unit. They do very well for skirmishers, but pretty poor in hand combat versus cavalry and musketeers. So it was just tanking, but didn't really have that much damage there. I think in that main fight, discipline Gurkhas was not researched at that moment in time. Only the Sepoys was. 9 Sepoys car number 1 probably didn't have that oomph that it needed at that moment in time. Certainly having Yumi there would have been a bit of a stronger push in there, but it just surprises me how strong Brits are in basically any map. I don't think Brits. It wasn't an over excessive hunt map. You did have to push out with manas, get mana line of sight over here to try and kind of contain the map as well. A couple like 3 Sepoy raids would have certainly worked very, very well. But yeah, a bit surprised to see the earlier age up there from India. I can understand it, but trying to push like double Kali Musks, double Kali Huss in H2 to me a bit risky, and just yeah maybe then the agent coming in. Yeah, there was opportunity to win. I agree. I thought that final fight, you were in the leading position, and obviously not by far. And in fact, on a good day, you would win. On a good day, Max, you're a quality player. But obviously, you dropped the "I'm tired" today. But still, it's a playoff 3 series. Can Alligator win this 3-0, or can Max come back for the final game? Let's see how it goes. This video today is sponsored by St. Austell Brewery's Tribute. There you go. Beautiful beer. Right, final game, guys. Let me just turn down Alligator's insane scrolling speed. Now, this is going to be the home map of Risotto. He's the second player in this matchup. So he's chosen to play on Florida. But Alligators did win that last game, so he has to pick his civilization first. And he's opted to play as the Germans. His opponents, we'll see Max playing as the Japan, or Japanese as the counter pick. Both of these civilizations have been rated exceptionally well by Maito in a recent poll I saw. It's a while back, or about 5 months ago, 4 months ago, saying that both civs here are S tier on the map due to the fact that you get a starting market. Well, it's not due to the starting market. It's due to the starting market here for the Germans, but for the Japan player, it's the sea, it's the lots of hunt, it's the safe resources, it's the sheep, it's strong treasure. There's a bit of everything there for Japan. So, yeah, great map. And yeah, this is the home map for round number 1, I believe. So we've certainly come a long way since round number 1. It's been great to see these games being played. But let's see what Max is up to. Buying at the market for some more wood, shopping there for his early passive experience on the trading post. That's going to help his first shipment come along a lot faster. Very, very strong in that situation. I'm surprised it's only 62 XP though. I was hoping to see a little bit more from this pass. I think it does actually provide just a little bit less than it really should do. I know that they have shortened the route somewhat to make it that this trading post can no longer be taken as first pass, but even then, hoping for a bit more. First shipment, instantly 2 set of wagons coming down very, very fast. Great micro there from Max. I think he's identified that these turkeys are a bit away from where he wants to, so he's going to try and chase these around so fast. Let's see what he's trying to find here. 90 coin, absolutely fine. I'd like to see that coin being traded at the market in transition, but then again, this is the question I always find myself in these like type of weird games as Germany. That probably wasn't the best hunt there from Max. You kind of really need to emphasize the direction of where you want to shoot the animals. And when you're now here looking thinking, oh, actually my timing on these is very minimal. Yeah, what do German players shop in transition? If you've already got one trading post, he hasn't got hunting dogs. So do you do hunting dogs place of mines? That's only 125, so that's a lot less than you normally would. Do you just leave it like that? Or do you go for chop for another just regular house? Or do you just hop all onto the coin and just keep buying and kind of hope it sorts itself out? A lot of natural resources here for Germany. Like, this is a second forward mine, but side mine, double back mine. I'm hoping that Max has got Silversmith in his deck. He doesn't. Does have 2 caravels, 1 frigate. It's German water. It's interesting. I can't imagine a time where you'd really want to be sending 2 caravels as a German player. I suppose you can go like something like 3 set of wagons, 2 caravels, 700 wood, age up, not making too many units. Maybe a single batch of 5 Uhlans. Gather that. You gathered that's Alligator, right? Oh my god, I've been chatting shit this entire game. Yes, well, a player name. it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm talking about. The ideas remain the same, but yes, that's quite funny actually. Well, Alligator's playing very, very well. If this was Max playing this, I'd be telling you he's absolutely playing terribly. But I just find it interesting to just kind of watch this, how Alligator goes in transition and what he's up to. Back onto the real big boy, Max playing as the Japan, or Japanese. 3 fishing boats there. Is that a shipment from ship Age 1? Yep. Has a deck called 300 wood, but only has 2 vills, 3 fishing boats, so no 300 wood in there whatsoever. Rack of cards in Age 2. He's missing Yumi attack here, which I guess it makes sense in a Fortress Age fight where you don't really need too many Yumi. I think Ashi Nagi is a stronger competition versus Germany. A couple of Yabs won't go amiss. Clubs from the consulate, from the Japan consulate, is very, very strong. 4 sheeps shrined up as well. More sheeps here to go into this next shrine. Torii Gates. Okay, I was wondering, like, okay, you've got a lot of shrines next to your Toshoga, and these are the prime hunts you want on the shrine. But Toshoga Shrine, Age 2 semi-aggro, I guess. You also have the market, so you can benefit from this. German Explorer moving in to actually scout the Wander. This is a good play here from Alligator. Something I don't do enough of in this situation. Does see it? Yes, he does see it. Does see the pylons as well, so he knows what's coming, and he can react accordingly. A couple of shrines going down here from Max as well. Quite expensive to make without the Portuguese consulate, without the Heavenly Kami card as well. 80 food taken down as well. Very nice. Sheep scouting as well, whether he means it or not. It's certainly a nice little touch. And yeah, no, not looking too bad. He's nearly up. I want to see what his first card is going to be. There's the military rickshaw, of course. Actually taking his second tier food straight away. That's quite nice to see. 600 wood coming in behind this. And yeah, I'm just trying to make some units behind. Samurai moving forward. Back train post, so it'll be hard to pick off. And yeah, Alligator pushing his second deer hunt. Hunt's looking not great though here from Alligator. He does have a hunt far on the coast. So let's see if he's actually seen that. Oh, he hasn't seen it. Ooh, tough. I think players should be aware that there's a likelihood of a hunt spawning here and a hunt spawning here. If we take off the Fug of War, yeah, there's the hunt. There's the hunt we're talking about. Just kind of a bit of familiarity of where these hunts spawn can just make you feel a little bit just better when you play. Just a little bit more relaxed and knowing that's what's going to happen. Just see this treasure's been taken down, 100 XP, very, very nice. Torii Gates, obviously, they're swimming XP, and that's kind of how they try and play this Age 2 game. 300 export, though. 600 wood into 300 export. Torii Gates build. Consulate coming down now. This could be, you know, Max was talking about going for a Dutch consulate player, actually. He was talking about this, saying, like, oh, it's a really nice build there from Eagle Mutt. I'm going to try and copy that and play it into my own games. But with Torii Gates, really promotes somewhat of a forward momentum, pushing out, taking these kills. This Ulan here will go down 15 XP, but turns up by the Torii Gates. I think it's a 1.7 multiplier. It's going to be like a random, like a 25, 26 XP kill. It's going to be quite a lot of XP per kill. And also, you get extra XP per completion of units. Very, very nice. That consulate is actually quite... You get a lot of XP from that consulate. I think even the barracks get buffed up from... The barracks get buffed XP as you build them as well. That's interesting. I might need to properly recheck that. Yeah, so this barracks here, costing 200 wood, 32 XP. Alligator here, has he got barracks? 20 XP, yeah. Heavily Kami, 1.6 even multiplies Buster build XP of buildings, which is very, very nice in its own right. Didn't know that one. Yeah, it's 24 XP, it's 1.6, not 1.7. Was close though. Anyway, Ulans are going to move away from these couple of Ashis, one Samurai out. Alligator sees the Samurai, he sees the Ashi, he knows the Torii Gates are there from the previous scouting, so he knows that he can't really engage us with Hussars or Ulans, so he's going to be going to some crossbows. Batch of 4 coming out, another batch coming behind this, does have the 8 crossbow shipment to go and call for as well. I think a lot of German players are not well drilled in bow pike defense, or just like kind of H2 bow player, just the amount of times that I'm guilty of this as well. 5 Ulan semi FF gang, which is also the name of the greatest ECL league team as well, the semi-FF gang. But you can see, like, we're always coin here. Is Aligator looking to go for the age up here? Is he trying to hold age 2 with bows? He's going to try and buy the market. He's got second Rex now, but that Rex is coming down a little bit late. You now see those Ashes coming in. So it's going to be quite tough here. But hold here from Aligator. Needs to wait until this next batch of barracks comes out. Those crossbows have gone, quite a bit forward as well. Pikes may actually want to come back. Maybe not, actually. It's only the Daimyo to try and help him out. The crossbows here going a different way. Try and group them all together. These crossbows will probably run through fire. Minutemen yet to be called. Hoping they'll get timed with the crossbows. Call them now. Call them now. Minutemen being called. The crossbows getting so close to the Ashes here. It's just real tough to try and get every micro together. Minutemen coming out behind this. And yeah, where's the pikemen when you need them on the Daimyo Masatada behind this? And so far being a good engagement here for Japan. Getting the job done. Now that the 8 bows, more reinforcements, Minutemen are going to do pretty well. Quite a few units have actually gone down. 19 villages in total here for Aligator. So that's 12 villagers, and then the 7 settler wagons. 1 settler wagon going down, but the Daimyo, exceptionally strong Hussar style unit, buffing units as well, but just getting so much great value here. And yeah, the pikemen being cleaned up here by the 5 Ashes. It's all falling apart here for Aligator here in this third game. Max, though, must be swimming in experience points after that fight, and he's sending 5 Ashes again. So he's sent 5 Ashes twice now. So he went 600 wood, consulate. Daimyo, 5 Ashes, sends in the 5 Ashes to the Daimyo as well. They do receive the shipments, and it should pop up there. There you go, there's number 5 Ashes. He just adds them to the group, and that just some Ashes pop out going, where are we? Oh, we're here? Okay, let's follow you, my Daimyo. Just imagine if that mechanic was in Age of Empires 4, the amount of uproar you'll find from everybody else who's never played Age of Empires 3. They'll be like, oh my god, this is so broken, get out of this at all. Villagers here exposed, be a bit of a shame. Another batch of pikes to try and deal with the shrines. It's a bit awkward here. And yeah, the Ashes just doing so well. And this is where the Ashy attack here from Risotto is going to look very good as the next card. You just send it right in now to help him go. But it's a decent amount of Ashes there, but I'm kind of waiting for the rest. There's a stable coming down from the military ritual. That's a great play. Stable into Nagi plays what's really going to help him clean crossbow-based armies. But even then, the Ashes are trading pretty well versus crossbows. Minutemen 1 HP. The Dops can't get close, and the Dops, I think the Dops are here just to protect themselves from potentially any Daimyo getting too close, or just any Nagi play. But the thing is, if you don't have enough crossbows to deal with the actual bare minimum of the Ashes, then the Dops just feel even more awkward because you don't want to throw them in head first to take on Ashy fire. It's just not the greatest way. Lovely raid here by Shinobi no Mono. I know there's no vills here, but the idea from Max is very, very high level play. Raiding with stealth units is just that top level play. There's no way Aligator obviously will see them or know that they're there or anticipate or expect. He's got his hands full with the main Japan infantry mass from the front side, but yeah, nice play. I saw you made a comment, Max, the 300 wood as in 300 export plus water. 300 wood as in 300 export plus... Oh, 300... Oh, yeah, they're just... Okay, 300 export water, 300... Man, that's so confusing. Why would you have that? At least just have 300 EX space W, so that it's a bit more clear. I've just got you. I saw that comment, I was like, okay, is Max going to maybe like a drop-down Portuguese consulate, tech into fishing boats, then switch back over to Japan afterwards? But no, it's just the 3 fishing boats, and yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, deck names are usually in memes in that sense, but it's one of those top players. Like Japan is that one civ where everyone has 20 decks, but each of the 20 decks only changed by 1 card, depending whether it's a water map, depending if there's if it's a Kami map. Do you want boats and Kami? Do you want boats and Vils? Do you want boats like Funes, deck with Funes, or deck with no Funes? Do you want a deck with Yumi emphasis H2 or deck with Ashi emphasis H2? Like, there's so many variations. age 4, do you want 16 Yumi or do you want 16 Ashi? You can't really have both most of the times, but it's like that kind of toss up between what you do and don't have. It's lots and lots of variations here with Japan decks, more so than other civs. Tourney with a deck randomizer. You know what would actually be fun? A tourney with deck randomizer. I don't know if you're saying that just off the account or not, but there actually has been a tournament with a deck randomizer, albeit a low bob tournament. I think Mr. Merlin, and Widgie and a few others that area did a tournament where they used randomized decks. So the host or the tournament admin randomized the deck, sent the decks to players and said, right, here's deck A, B, C, and D. Pick one deck for the game, but you can kind of build strategies around it. And in these 4 decks, no card is shared. So let's say one deck may have the 3 settler wagons from Germany, but another deck may have 700 coin. Another deck may have the 700 wood silversmith. That idea. So it's yeah, it's an interesting idea. In terms of competitiveness, it wouldn't work very well. What I would like to see and try and do, I might do it at a later point once once this is over, maybe the EPL, ECL, is maybe to have some show matches where we have no shipments, but everybody has a handicap. Germany, 30% handicap. No, yeah, Ottoman, 30% handicap. Germany, India, 25% handicap. And the rest of the civs, we'll have as... and Spain, 25% handicap. And all the other civs at 20% handicap. I think that'd be a very interesting game. It might not be fully balanced. It might lead to a very off meta, but it might turn into a bit more of like a real, APM fest. Oh, I got this extra woody, extra, was it extra? Oh, what I'm trying to say. Let's just give Risotto the point. I don't like looking at this 2-0 for too long. You might get this extra kind of want to chop wood, but also you can't ship any wood anymore. So you might need to go market tech into gang. So we got this base extra 20-25% gather rate, so it might actually incentivize more water play, fishing boats, taking trading posts. Do you players try and sit back and play defensive, or to go full on attack? There's no real point agent to the third age because they've got no shipments to send. But once we do get to the third age and tech units, then wow, that's much stronger as well. So, lots of ideas there. Interesting to see. I like that as an idea. I might leave that as a later point. Let me know if you guys think that's a nice, fun idea as well. This game, no, it's just a standard Torii Gates opening here for Japan and just pushing Ashi, looking to transition to Nagi later on, but never quite getting into that batch of Nagis afterwards. And Alligator here, I don't think he ever opened with the intention of going into Ulan semi, but the build wasn't perfectly crafted around the idea of going double Rex bow defense, and when it really mattered, Crossbow's got a little bit too close to the Ashis in that final fight. Just awkward positioning. Army here, Japan army in the middle in the town centre. So actually trying to link up the town centre reinforcements with army running away, catching your half army this side, quite awkward. And just a simple game, but every game is equal. Doesn't matter if a game lasts 5 minutes or 50 minutes. Every game is worth a point. Max has picked up that point. He loses the series, but he gets a point as well. So Alligator wins that series 2-1. 2 points to Alligator and 1 point for Max. And that's it going to be for this cast in particular. So if you're watching this uploaded on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Check out the playlist. That's where all the uploaded games hit from the Trash Can League will be updated. So you can check out the previous rounds, your favourite players, look for certain specific matchups for you to see, or just watch from the start if you really enjoy it, and that'd be certainly appreciated as well. But thank you very much. I'll see you in the next round.